This is part 3 of my online lecture on the topic revealed preference. And now I am going to explain in this lecture about the fundamental theorem of consumption theory, which has been explained by Samuelson. So he has explained it with the help of fall in the price of a commodity. We can explain it with the help of a diagram. In this diagram, we have taken commodity X on X-axis, commodity Y on Y-axis. Initially, suppose the price line is AF. So AF is the price line or the budget line originally. On this very budget line, suppose the consumer chooses a combination E. Now, if the consumer chooses the combination E on this price line, then according to this E combination, he is purchasing OL of X good, and O, you can put any letter on it, like OB on Y commodity. Now, out of this E combination that we have seen, he is taking this much of X and this much of Y commodity, and when he has purchased this very combination, it will mean that he has revealed his preference for this combination, and he has revealed that this is superior to him or as compared to the other combinations which are lying on this very price line AF. Or he has also revealed his preference for E over and above any combination which could have lied in OA and F. OAF, this triangle. Now, this very combination which has been chosen by him is the original picture. Now we try to introduce price effect in this diagram. For that very purpose, we will suppose that the price of, say, X good falls. So if the price of X good falls, then this price line AF will shift outwards to AG. We have studied this concept in indifference curve analysis. So this price line will shift outwards to AG because the price of X good has fallen, whereas the price of Y good has remained the same. Now when the price line becomes AG, now suppose the consumer, he consumes or he chooses the combination E1. So if he chooses the combination E1, this will mean that now he is purchasing ON of X good. So he is purchasing more of X good now. Earlier he was purchasing OL of X good, and he is purchasing more of X good now because X good has become cheaper. So his movement from point E to E1 is called the price effect because it has taken place because the price of one good has changed while the price of other good has remained the same. The money income of the consumer has remained the same. So movement from E to E1 is the price effect, or LN. This is the price effect. Now Samuelson has also introduced the concepts of income effect and substitution effect as part of this price effect, just as we studied in indifference curve analysis. Now, in order to see what substitution effect is here in this figure, when the price of X good fell, then the consumer's real income had risen because his purchasing power increased. So, in order to introduce the substitution effect, we make the real income of the consumer constant. That is the definition of substitution effect, that real income of the consumer is made constant. So for making the real income constant, or for making his purchasing power constant, whatever extra that he has left with him after the purchase of X good is taken away from him. So some money income is taken away from him so that he can purchase the same amount of goods that he was purchasing earlier, so that his real income remains constant. So to make his real income constant, some money income is taken away from him. When the income is taken away from him, then this very price line AG will fall back to A1 F1. This will be the new price line, and this price line AG, it will come backwards as parallel line. It will become A1 F1. Now on this very new price line A1 F1, the consumer will not go in for, he will not choose any combination on the part AE, because he has already shown that this very combination is inferior. Similarly, he will not choose any part that is on A1E, because this portion, inside portion, was also revealed to be inferior by him when he had chosen E combination in the first instance. So he will not choose any combination in this very portion. So on this very new price line, he will choose any combination on this price line E F1 portion. So he can choose E combination or any other on this very price line. And suppose he chooses Z combination. Why he is not choosing E? Because price of X good has fallen. So psychologically he feels that X good has become cheaper. Therefore, suppose he chooses Z combination, he wants to have more of X. So now he is having OM of X good. So the movement of the consumer from point E to point Z is called the substitution effect. It has taken place. Why? Because the price of one good had changed and real income of the consumer had been made constant. So this is the definition of substitution effect. So movement from E to Z will be called the substitution effect. Now, in order to introduce the income effect, after he reaches Z, suppose we give back the money income to the consumer which he had taken from him earlier, and when we give back the money income to the consumer, this price line A1 F1 will again shift upwards to AG price line, being parallel AG price line, and on this price line the consumer goes in for the combination E1, according to which he is purchasing ON of X good. That is, he is purchasing more of X good because price of X good has fallen. So the movement of the consumer from point Z to point E1 is called the income effect. So income effect is MN. So till now we have seen price effect was LN, then substitution effect was LM, and the income effect is MN. So in this way we can say that this very price effect LN includes this substitution effect and this income effect. Or we can see here that price effect LN is equal to, it is composed of substitution effect LM plus income effect MN. So this was the explanation of the fundamental theorem of consumption theory given by Samuelson by taking the case of fall in price of a commodity. So I end here and I'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.